Meji Taifa, and we are here for the 16-day Babaluaiye Healing Ritual, and I am here with our spiritual leader, Babaluaiye Marie of Ilé Ìmọ. Greetings.
Thank you. And bravo, everyone. This is such an exciting time, Mame Kichi. Our Babaluaiye Healing Ritual. Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Babaluaiye, we're talking about the deity of disease. We got a lot of that going on today. It is the deity of pandemics.
Yeah.
It is the deity of prosperity and community restoration, but it is also the deity of healing,
prosperity, abundance. Babaluaiye is known for community healing. Many of us remember the days of the smallpox and all of that. That's when he really came on the scene in terms of worldwide attention. But he is also in terms of healing the individual, healing the family, because before we even get to the community, we have to begin with self and family, right? So he is known for many ways of healing mentally, physically, spiritually, economically, with your finances. So he brings an opportunity for us to reset ourselves, rejuvenate, before we move forward into the next era.
And you know, Marie, that is so very critical. And during these 16 days, December 16th through December the 31st, we're going to be focusing on different aspects of these healings. So can you just share just a little bit, just a little flavor of what these 16 days are going to do?
Absolutely. Well, the theme for this year's healing service is healing with the 16 Odus. So we're bringing in the Odu Ifa, and we're looking at the Odu, the major Odu from Okbe to Ofun, and each day we will focus on one of the major Odus. And not only that, we have Babalawos and Iani Ifas from Nigeria, from throughout the U.S., who will be chanting these essays for us and who will be offering blessings for our community as well as the individual. So we're going to focus on healing in so many different ways that we're going to just have everything infused with healing, because as you said, there's a lot going on today and we need the healing.
Well, Babaluaiye Marie, I'm so very excited. I mean, these 16 days, I just can't wait. And I'm glad that Ilé Ìmọ is presenting this for the benefit of the community once again.
And we want to invite each and every one of you. You will have a package. We want this year to be, it's a little different from last year. It's going to be a little bit self-generated, so you are able to engage in your ritual within your family at a more convenient time for you. But we will also have times where we will get together collectively and do rituals. So yeah, so I'm excited, and we want everyone to join us. Please go to www.ileimole.com for more information on how you can engage in this annual ritual.
Absolutely. I do pray.
Hello, my name is Asha Rayner, and I am a registered nurse and licensed esthetician with Abraza Skin Studio. Abraza, pronounced Abraza, is Spanish for the word embrace. Abraza Skin Studio, in addition to the Abraza Skincare line, was founded and created by Dr. Natasha Welch. Her chief goal was to inspire women to embrace their natural beauty, challenge the status quo of beauty standards, heal our scars, and embrace our imperfections. Today, we will discuss the importance of a healthy and simple daily skincare regimen. The goal of the Abraza Skincare line is to encourage the use of products that are free of parabens, phthalates, sulfates, and fragrance, in addition to promoting vegan-friendly and cruelty-free. Each ingredient in the makeup and the creation of the Abraza Skincare line is evidence-based to achieve results with regard to some of our common skincare concerns related to acne, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, sun damage, melasma, anti-aging, and hydration. So today we are going to discuss 4 basic steps toward healthy skin. The question often arises, well, what should I be doing with my skin every day, or what should I be doing on a routine basis? So what I'm going to do, we are going to review just some of the processes. You got to crawl, believe it or not, before you walk. This skincare can be pretty intimidating to kind of get in a situation where you feel like, oh my gosh, went from doing not much at all to like 8 bottles a day. Just a bit of advice, very helpful if you're not in the DC, Silver Spring, Maryland area where our Braza Skincare Studio is located, and the Atlanta, kind of the Buckhead area, or if just to give you the information regarding the importance of what I call a skincare analysis. A 3D skincare analysis of the skin is very helpful because it does provide direction in terms of, well, what does my skin need, in terms of starting out. The 3D analysis does a great job of providing information on the external and the deeper layers of the skin in relation to hydration levels, bacteria in the skin, just the aging aspect of the skin, sun damage. So it really, like I said, is helpful to say, you know what, if you wanted to start out, what can I start out with? What can I cleanse with? Or what do I need to hydrate with? And then once you, of course, get a little deeper into what we call the reparative aspect of things, which would relate to, say, for instance, anti-aging, lines and wrinkles, and minimizing and lightening dark spots safely, of course, hydroquinone-free. That would be, like I said, in the reparative phase of things. But it's always good to have a budget-friendly start out basis. Okay, so initially we're going to start out with just the skincare processes. So let's start with cleansing. Very important part of our daily routine, twice a day. Cleanser is great. Just want to give you a little tidbit in terms of looking at products. What is it? All this information, all this writing, a little bit of a narrative as well. So say, for instance, when you look on a product bottle and you see that little paragraph located in the back that looks pretty chunky in terms of ingredients, keep in mind whatever is listed first on the list is the most concentrated. Whatever is last on the list is the least concentrated. And then very important for products to include water. Something simple as that. It should start out with one of the chief concentrations, pretty high on the list, should be water. Hyaluronic acid as well. Our bodies, our bodies include the makeup of hyaluronic acid. Unfortunately, anything that keeps us looking young and zesty and youthful leaves the building with time. So it's very important for our products utilized to include water and hyaluronic acid. So cleansing is something, like I said, should happen twice a day as your step 1. You can get in, apply lukewarm water to the face, fingertips. You can use your fingertips to just gently, we tend to be a little too hard on the skin, circular motions. You want to get ample time in terms of washing the face for at least a minute. Some people do or the question can arise, well, should I use a facial brush? Be wary with a facial brush. Reason being, they harbor bacteria, and unless you're going to be in a position to sterilize that brush on a daily basis, you can also use what they call the little scrubbers. Very fancy little tool. There has these little very, very fine-tuned, I guess, like finger-like rubber bristles that do really well at cleansing the skin and kind of getting out the dirt and debris in the pores as well. Typically, they tend to have different speeds. Less is better, okay, because the skin is really thin, and we want to, of course, treat the skin very gently. And the good thing about the rubber scrubber, it can be sterilized better in terms of cleansing daily with just soap and water, and it doesn't have the ability to, say, harbor bacteria like an actual brush, okay? So they serve really well. And then once the skin is cleansed, you want to ensure that you, as thoroughly as possible, rinse the skin. Okay, so that is why important in terms of what I'm going to discuss for step 2. I tell everyone, it can be a little bit of a joke, cleanser and toner are Siamese twins. They go together. A lot of us are familiar with toner from, our teenage years. And yes, I did. I used, witch hazel on my skin, and either it was too harsh or either I loved it or whatever the issues can arise. But keep in mind, witch hazel alone, that was cute when we were 16. Okay. Unfortunately, witch hazel by itself can be pretty aggressive, does a really good job of just stripping the hydration out of the skin. So toner is not the enemy, it's the enemy when it's not mixed with the right or what I should say beneficial ingredients. So you want the toner, which our toner has, which is great, great levels of water and hyaluronic acid. Toner is important after cleansing because it's pretty impossible to remove all of the additional cleanser and debris from the skin. So the toner comes behind that step 1 and ensures that we get the skin completely clean. Because it's mixed with the right ingredients, it also serves as a good hydrator. It also brings back the neutrality of the skin, because once we actually cleanse the skin, it can cause a bit of an imbalance to the skin. So it does help to neutralize things post-cleansing. And then it also serves as a great antibacterial for acne-prone skin. Okay, so who knew that toner actually had such a huge responsibility after cleansing? So very beneficial. Step 2. Step 3, moisturize. Very important to moisturize the skin, because you did hear me discuss a little bit about how important the hydration level of the skin is. And it's important for us to feed the external of our skin with healthy and good ingredient-based moisturizer. Again, once we assess, we look on the back of the bottle at our ingredients, starting with the highest concentrations to the least concentrations. We start off with water, which is great. So after cleansing and toning, that number 3 step should include moisturizer, free of parabens, phthalates, and artificial fragrance. We really want to do a good job, guys, of omitting fragrance from our products, because any form of fragrance pretty much puts us in the direction of it being phthalate-based. Phthalate-based products are really not friendly for our endocrine system, more say in layman terms, our hormones. And then a lot of our, of course, hormonal irregularities contribute to a lot of what we see disturbance-wise on our skin. And we really want to omit fragrance from our products. The reason I do like this daily moisturizer as well is because it has Emblica, which is a plant-based skin brightener and lightener for our melanated skin and dark spots, which is great. It also has a plant-based element by the name of Emblica, which does well again on melanated skin. It's hydroquinone free, and it does a good job with hyperpigmentation and dark spots as well. What should be included in our daily and weekly skincare regimen is exfoliation. I don't know if you guys knew that there are actually 2 forms of exfoliation. We have our mechanical exfoliation, which kind of makes sense. We get in, we're physically moving it in, doing our little circular motions around. Don't forget the neck. We tend to ignore the neck, and then our face gets to be, very youthful and beautiful, and then our neck ages, which is never a good thing. A lot of over-the-counter exfoliators, sadly, do a good job of actually scratching the skin, and we really don't want to use, like, say for instance, nut-based exfoliators. I've heard of coffee grind exfoliators. Too harsh for the skin, and do a really good job of scratching the tissue. Once the tissue is scratched, unfortunately, bacteria comes running on in, like, hey, let me come and go visit, any form of opening in the skin. And then the problem with that is the promotion of inflammation can happen from that, and then the induction of acne and breakouts. And if we can avoid that, at all costs, we definitely want to do that. The reason I am a fan, this is a fan favorite of mine, is because our actual antioxidant exfoliator, its base element is volcanic ash. Volcanic ash does a great job. It's very dust-like, very fine-tuned, doesn't have the ability to be too abrasive on the skin. Does a really good job of breaking down the dead skin and debris, evening out that skin tone and texture. It also includes sugarcane, which is great for the breakdown of to glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is a wonderful accelerant exfoliator. It also has the ability to absorb deeper to the deeper layers of the skin, attracts water. You know how I feel about the whole water. It also does a good job on melanated skin in terms of helping to minimize the actual appearance of dark spots and hyperpigmentation. It also includes tons of plant-based vitamin C. We can never go wrong with that. Vitamin C is a great antioxidant. It inhibits the makeup of melanogenesis, which is the melanin makeup that we really don't want to see. Protects us from the UV rays and all that environmental exposure that can cause issues with sun damage and hyperpigmentation and also aging of the skin. So great fan favorite. And then we can move on to chemical exfoliant, which a lot of people are not very familiar with. Say, for instance, our chemical exfoliant, it's named the anti-blemish complexion pads. And then sometimes people say, I don't have blemishes, so why would I want to use that? Keep in mind, based off of the ingredients, it's not all about the blemishes. Great inclusion in this product of glycolic acid, which we know is made from sugarcane, seeps deep, attracts water, helps with hyperpigmentation and dark spots. It also has lactic acid, which is the makeup from fermented milk. Lactic acid was utilized a lot in the Roman era. Cleopatra, you know, the Romans, and how they had those milk baths that they soaked in. And it was such a pretty era, you know, in terms of the skin and just the whole look. Lactic acid does well, just like glycolic acid, has the ability to seep very deep into the tissue, attracts water again, and does well with any hyperpigmentation and dark spots. Also includes salicylic acid, which you can never go wrong. Salicylic acid is made from willow bark and does a great job of kind of controlling that sticky makeup of the oil that can actually clog our pores. And it also really does well in minimizing inflammation. So chemical exfoliation, like I said, is really a great inclusion in the whole exfoliation process based on the ingredients: glycolic acid, lactic acid, you got salicylic acid. I mean, you know, why not, in terms of just being a good combo along with our mechanical form of exfoliation. Okay, so not many steps, or I hope you don't feel there are many steps in terms of step 1, cleansing, step 2, toning. Our exfoliation should happen 3 times a week. In terms of the regimen of exfoliation, it kind of depends on your goal or just, you know, your level of maintenance, whether you're going to do the mechanical scrub every week, 3 times a week, of course, once a day, 3 times a week, and not in consecutive days. So say, for instance, if a Monday, Wednesday, Friday was a good lineup for you, better to actually skip a day in between, 3 days a week. Say, for instance, some people more concerns with, you know, just uneven skin tone and a little bit of acne issues. That would be a regimen of, say, 2 days a week of the chemical exfoliant and 1 day of the mechanical scrub. But it definitely is okay to alternate between the two on a 3-day a week regimen between the mechanical and the chemical exfoliation. So that is a really good start in terms of cleansing, toning. You get your moisturizer in with 3 days a week of either the mechanical or chemical exfoliation. Another thing that I also want to briefly discuss is the importance of hydration, not only in your products. I mean, you've heard me talk about hyaluronic acid. You've heard me talk about the importance of the concentrations of water being front runners pretty much with the whole breakdown of ingredients. And our ingestion is very important as well. Say, for instance, a lot of the research can say, you know, 2.5 liters a day for females versus 3.5 for males because of their muscle mass. Of course, they have a different buildup than the actual female body. Of course, nothing is ever a rule of thumb. Of course, we all differ and our intake levels and our needs differ, but very important to get the hydration in because more than often I do see on the skin scans when new clients come in for scanning, you know, just to kind of get better direction for skin. we often see the dehydration in those deeper layers of skin tissue, which really present like the behavior of a raisin. You know, you have your grape that's nice and plump and round, and then that raisin, you get that shrinkage. That's when we initially, you know, can see the presentation and just the age appearance of our skin change in terms of like wrinkles and fine lines. So the hydration is important for several reasons: to hydrate the skin and to keep it, you know, nice and plump and hydrated, and also to flush the toxins out of our body through our urine and our stool as well. And a very important inclusion, it should be, of our daily regimen. Diet as well, very important when we want to get on a very healthy daily regimen of skincare. Diet, extremely important in terms of what we eat and what can possibly promote inflammation within our immune system. Because of course, any form of inflammation can promote aggravation to not only our hormones and our cells, you know, it can cause our fatty and inflammatory conditions in our bloodstream. And of course, the first place that we see it exposed, unfortunately, is through our skin. And sometimes I do get the funny comment with some clients, well, why can't that breakout just happen on my arm? I mean, who cares about my arm? But the skin, layers of the skin, actually in the face, it's a very intricate balance of oil, water, and bacteria. So our diet is a huge factor in terms of the health and outlook of our skin. So often it's highlighted in terms of what we could be ingesting on a daily and even a routine basis of what can actually induce problems with the skin in terms of texture and buildup of dead skin and discoloration, and also the induction of, you know, to induce acne. So be very wary of dairy products, for instance, can cause a lot of problems in terms of inflammatory lesions and acne. Saturated fats, also a contributor to different forms of oil buildup and acne on the skin as well. In addition to refined sugars can also cause inflammatory phases, you know, to take place within our immune system and our body, and cause just a lot of erratic behavior with our hormones. So it's not just about, say, skincare alone. Pretty much what we do and what we use on our skin topically, it's important for the emission of parabens, phthalates, and the sulfates, and just those additional makeup of chemicals and preservatives and fillers. It's just as important in terms of what we ingest and our internal health that will assist in the presentation of this healthy outer, you know, exterior that we have as well. So it was great, you know, giving you all some guidance in terms of what you can do in terms of daily processes with the skin in just a couple of simple steps. And I will highlight again the importance of using clean ingredient and healthy contributing products. Very, very important. Feel free to visit us. Like I said, we have 2 locations, one here in the Silver Spring, Maryland location, and we also have what we call the mothership, the mother office in our main office in Buckhead in Atlanta. You can look more additional information on us at www.abrazaskinstudio.com. We also do free virtual consults that are extremely helpful. We do ask you to put forth, of course, photos that we're not going to, of course, you know, have on IG or put out there in any way, but it's just helpful for us to get a closer visual of some of your concerns. So we do ask for a 3D shot of the frontal and side views presentation of your skin. Virtual consults are 30 minutes. They're helpful as well to give you some direction. And you can also check out our skincare line at www.abrazaskincare.com. included on our skincare website. It also has a brief skin quiz that you can also quickly go through that can highlight some information regarding chief concerns of your skin and what product you actually might need. Whether, acne is your problem or anti-aging is your problem, hydration or just, dark spots or any of those chief issues that we tend to have with our skin. So it was really good chatting with you guys. I look forward to meeting, hopefully a few of you either visit us here at the office in our Silver Spring location, and also visit us online, and also take a peep on IG. Every other week we do Skin Tip Tuesday, where we highlight different important skincare points, and we also highlight our products as well, where we can also have we do have more in-depth discussions on our ingredients and their chief benefits. So once again, I'm Asha, licensed nurse and esthetician with Abraza Skin Studio, and thank you for your attention, and see you soon. Take care and be safe, everyone.
My name is Yanifa Ifaniyo Tawede from Oyo Town, Nigeria. I'm Iyalode Akeyola of Oyo land. Today, I want to charge Odu from Odu Ifa Owonrin Meji. Ifa says, "Oni kama lo bayi, kama bo bayi, adiba fun oni lo won, njo ajogun bi ka won mole pitipiti, àwọn ará Ìlọ̀wọ̀n Ajogunbi ọkà wọn mọ́lé, bó làwọn ṣe lè ṣẹ́gun Ajogunbi, wọ́n lọ dáfá lọ́dọ̀ babaláwo wọn tí ṣe ká mọ́ lọ báyìí ká mọ́ bọ̀ báyìí. Òun ló wá sáwó fún wọn. Ó wá ní kí gbogbo wọn lóde ọ̀wọ̀n kí wọ́n rú orin méjì méjì. Orin méjì méjì tí gbogbo wọn rú yìí, wọ́n fi kún ẹbọ rú fún wọn, ló wá jẹ́ kí gbogbo wọn kí wọ́n ṣẹ́gun Ajogunbi. So wọ́n wá ń jó, wọ́n wá ń yọ̀, wọ́n wá ń yà àwọn àlàó wọn yẹn fá. Ó ní àwa ò ní rógun nílọ̀ wọn mọ́ o, gbogbo ọ̀wọ̀n ló ti rú orin méjì méjì l'Ajogunbi bá lọ. What Ifa is telling us there is the people of Owon in Odufa Owonrin Meji, when the negativities energy bombard their community, they went for consultation through their Babalawo. So it was advised them to make sacrifice with two chewing stick per each person. So all of them made the sacrifice, and Ifa helped them conquer all the negativities around them.
Greetings. My name is Mama Ajua Oyafumike Olubukonla. I am a member of Ilé Ìmọ, and today I will be providing an interpretation of the Odu Owonrin Meji. So for me, that takes a personal meaning because I have health challenges. So, and I'm surrounded by adversity, personally, professionally. I definitely rely on Oludumare to protect me, and all the Orisha, Mama Oya who rules my head. There's just no way that I would survive, really, with all the challenges in daily life that I face, and trying to navigate my career and settle my finances and personal living space. So Owonrin Meji is applicable to me on a personal level, in terms of my desire to be financially prosperous and stable and healthy, and to remove or neutralize negative forces or adversaries from my life. On a larger global scale, it has been said that Owonrin Meji is manifested by the formulation of corporations, because through the formulation of corporations, prosperity was brought to the West. But for me, I think on a cultural level, we as Black people have the ability to manifest this as well through the Kwanzaa principle of Kujichagulia, self-determination, and through Ujima, cooperative economics, by pooling our resources together to make our businesses and our communities strong. Ashe.
So greetings. We are now at this very special part of our service where we engage in some reciprocity. Reciprocity is part of our 16-day Babaluaiye Healing Ritual. We're at the point in which we give back. We're at the point in which we experience reciprocity, the point in which we give as we receive. We want to help the blessings flow like the waters. Yes, indeed. As part of this service, we want you to just participate in this giving, in this receiving. And we use the cowrie shells to help to facilitate our ritual of giving. And so we talk about the perennial giving and receiving that represents the interconnectedness of the universe. We want to help Ilé Ìmọ grow its services and its offerings, its ceremonies and its festivals, its retreats and its rites of passage, and all of the above. The first Sunday service, yes, indeed. The Babaluaiye Healing Ritual, the Black History event, our morning ground ritual, our Orisha feast, our back to school ritual, our water ritual, our elders ancestral events, our soulful empowerment. All of these are annual events, and back to right here, right now, today, our Babaluaiye 16-day healing ritual. Let there flow peace, power, love, and prosperity. Let there flow peace, power, love, and prosperity. Let the blessings of Oshun wash down upon us, empowering us with prosperity, empowering us with power, and empowering us with perfection. Praise God. Praise God. Olodumare, from whom all blessings flow. Pull out that Cash App, or we'll call it our Carry app, and it's going to be $Ilé Ìmọ, $ILEIMOLE, PayPal, info@ileimole.com. And you can do your snail mail by check, Ilé Ìmọ, P.O. Box 610, Temple Hills, Maryland 20757. Yes, indeed. Give so that you may receive. So now that we've had the opportunity to give our $Ilé Ìmọ for Cash App, our PayPal, info@ileimole.com, or our snail mail checks, we want to thank the Mother, Father, God, the ancestors, the deities, and the saints. We want to please, please, please accept these offerings, these heartfelt offerings on this day in your name from your devotees. And as we give our gifts freely with joy, we receive these blessings gladly with gratitude. And for those who are physically unable to give, please know that we are forever in the spiritual love.